Take Jersey Central with Bert Barron with you every morning. Listen online at WCTCAM.com. Jersey moves fast. Join the show that keeps you one step ahead. Jersey Central with Bert Barron.
Do you understand the words that are coming out of my mouth?
On the new Talk Radio 1450 WCTC.
It is 8:08. It's hour number 3 of Jersey Central on the new Talk Radio WCTC, the voice of Central Jersey. We're inside the Ford's Jewelers studio today. Good to have you with us in our WCTC Ford's Jewelers Gem of the Day. Word is coming up at 8:20, so make sure you are here for that. I want to get right to the Raritan Bay Medical Center Jersey Newsmaker Hotline. I welcome in my special guest who's with me here today. Maybe you're as outraged as a lot of people have over the cost of a very vital allergy shot, which all of a sudden has become incredibly costly for people. In some cases, this is a matter of life or death. So I want to welcome in Senator Joe Vitale just to talk about what do we do about this? Is there anything that can be done? And the senator kind enough to make himself available to us this morning. Senator, welcome back to WCTC, and good morning. How you doing today?
Good, Brett. How are you? Good to have me. Thanks for having me on. Appreciate it.
Good. Always good to hear from you. What's going on here with this EpiPen? Prices up, average price up 500% since 2009, and this is something at the congressional level that you feel needs to be looked at, right?
We do, and Senator Cody and I have sent letters to our representatives, and they've been outspoken as well, and other federal legislators and United States senators who have asked the Federal Trade Commission, they've asked Congress to hold hearings on this monopolistic practice. And, Mylan Pharmaceuticals has had the market cornered for quite some time, particularly now. There was one other company that was making a delivery system of the epinephrine for the EpiPen, or their version of it. But they had a problem with the delivery system, so they withdrew their product. And now Mylan is the only game in town and the only manufacturer of this device. And, thousands of parents rely on this every day to make sure their kids are safe. And they've gouged, now it's over 500 or 600% increase since 2009, as you pointed out. And it's really just outrageous. The cost of the epinephrine that's in the injector costs around $1 for the actual drug. So the delivery system, they're charging, $599 for?
Yeah.
So it's just ridiculous. And parents don't have choices, and there isn't a generic version of this. And when you're relying on this to keep your kids safe, if they have a food allergy or if they're allergic to a bee sting, they can very quickly go into distress, and it's life-threatening. So we've asked Congress. They've already stepped up and said we need to have these hearings, and we'll see how Congress responds. Those committee chairs actually have meaningful dialogue to find out what the heck's going on here.
Yeah, it's troubling to me, Senator, and maybe to you also, that if they're the only game in town for this potentially life-saving medicine, that you could only get it from one manufacturer and it's one product, there is no other option for the consumer. They can't just say, well, let me go get a generic one and save some money. If this is the only choice, and in some cases, and in really a lot of cases, this is a life-saving medication, it's just not fair to parents and to consumers. And I just don't see how they can justify just a drastic increase in such a short period of time. It's completely unfair.
Well, they really can't. And so there are antitrust laws that they may have violated. When you're talking about an increase of 2009, it was $59, and now it's 2016, and it's $600. And they have not improved the device in any meaningful way, so they can't say that, well, we've made a brand new, mousetrap. This is a much better product, and it costs us X to develop it, to do the research, the R&D. They can't justify it that way. And so it's just a matter of they've seen an opportunity now that they're the only game in town, and they can hammer parents on these costs. When parents have, you have a deductible, right? You've got to meet your deductible and your insurance plan before your insurance kicks in. And even if you have a $1,000 deductible, or in some cases now people have a $4,500 deductible, this is all first dollar for the parents. So they have to pay the full price, the full boat of the cost of this drug and this delivery system for their kids. In New Jersey, 9 out of 10 schools have at least one child that needs an EpiPen. The schools need to stock it as well to make sure that they have coverage for their kids. And so it's interesting, particularly now, the issue was raised when parents were really starting to scream because the school year is starting soon.
Mm-hmm.
And so they want to make sure they're stocking up, the schools are stocking up, and that's when they just, someone called out and said, this is just outrageous. It was in the paper the other day, and now, of course, we've all reacted to it because, we did not know until then.
Yeah, now part of their defense on this, Senator, is they say they've given away about 700,000 EpiPens since 2013 to schools, And they also say they provide coupons that cover the cost of the co-payment for most consumers. And they're blaming the high deductible plans that the insurance companies that the insurance providers are passing along to their consumers, saying, well, it's not my fault that the deductibles are so high. What does that have to do with us? And I don't know, but that really doesn't hold water for me. How about you?
That's a lot of baloney. There have always been deductibles, and we all know that. Whether it's a copay, the copays, whether it's $10, $15, doesn't represent the cost of the deductible. So we've always had deductibles. We've had to have out of pocket first, and we're trying to manage the cost of healthcare. And so if everything was free, the healthcare system would explode. So everybody has to have some skin in the game. Whether it's a consumer or whether it's an insurance company or whether it's a business that provides health insurance, but to charge $600 and blame someone else for your price gouging that you've got a 600% increase in 6 years. I mean, who wouldn't want that, right? Wouldn't you like to have a 600% increase in your salary?
That would be fantastic.
Everyone would. If we all did, of course, the cost of everything would be unaffordable, whether it's peanut butter or epinephrine. So, this is just a dodge. They hand out coupons, so that's nice.
Yeah.
But that doesn't help those parents who, but there are thousands and thousands of them, not just in New Jersey, but across the country, who need this drug. And at that price, it's insane.
Yeah, it is.
And so I'm hoping that Congress steps up and, they have these hearings and the Federal Trade Commission holds them accountable. Because this has happened before with age drugs, where there was one company in California that was charging outrageous amounts of money, not just to states, but to people for the age drug, and saw huge increases of thousands of percent over time, and they were held accountable, and they rolled back their prices.
Yeah, and I'm sure this EpiPen, just like any other medication center, it's got a shelf life. You don't just buy one and put it away and keep it for 10 years just in case you need it. I'm sure it has an expired date that's got to be replaced, so you got to buy another one, which is another problem.
Absolutely.
All right.
Yeah, if it's in your fridge for a year, you got to replace it, or a shorter period of time, actually.
Yeah, exactly. And another.
You don't want to have to use it, right? You don't want to have to use it.
Of course not.
If it does expire, you've got to replace it. They're $600.
It's like a defibrillator. You have one, you hope you never have to use it, though. Exactly. And the other thing that rubs me the wrong way about this, Senator, is I found out that the woman, the CEO at the very top of this company, pulls down $19 million a year. Now, I don't begrudge anybody financial success. I want to make more money. But do you really need to make $19 million and gouge the public at the same time? That, to me, is just wrong.
Yeah, and you have to wonder how much of that is a performance bonus as well, right? So they're usually there's like a base salary of, let's say, $2 million. And if the company does extraordinarily well, you get to share in that profit. And so I would suspect that a big piece of what she's making are performance bonuses based upon the sales of that drug.
Yeah, well, sure. If they're selling it for $615 a dose, of course she's going to get a lot of money, right?
Absolutely.
Man, well, thank you, Senator. I appreciate your weighing in today. And we're getting ready for September 21st, which is going to be the annual softball game. It'll be Senator Joe Vitale in the Woodbridge Chamber of Commerce taking on WCTC and our sister station Magic. We call it the annual beatdown at Warren Park in Woodbridge. But it's so much fun, and we raise a ton of money for Habitat for Humanity of Greater Plainfield and Middlesex County. $5 will get you in. Hopefully you'll buy some tickets, and sponsorship opportunities available too. You'll get on the T-shirts. We'll announce you at the game. But come on out and cheer us on, and we'll raise some money for Habitat for Humanity. Again, it's Wednesday, September 21st, 7:30 at Warren Park, Florida Grove Road in Woodbridge. And your team is ready to go, right, Senator?
Yes, we have them caged now. We feed them red meat every once in a while, and about game time we let them out. And you've seen what they do with that softball. I've never seen somebody hit a ball so far.
They're ready to bring the pain. A lot of fun. Yes, they're going to be bringing the pain on September 21st. But it's the beatdown that we look forward to every year, because we know we're helping out some great organizations.
I really appreciate that, what this station does. And, we raised thousands of dollars for humanity over the last 18 years for Habitat. And it goes to provide housing to families who would never be able to afford their own home. There's a very, no interest loan. They have skin in the game. But they get a house they can call their own, and that's just a great thing.
Yeah, nothing like that. Senator, thank you for your time this morning, and we'll talk again soon, and we'll see you on September 21st, all right?
Look forward to it, my friend. Thank you.
All right, thank you. All right, Senator